My first guitar was a Gibson SG, and I wanted a Gibson SG because of George Harrison. I was into music, when I was growing up. I got to a certain age, where, I got really into music, and the Beatles were always my number one, and, I was looking at a book, and my friends started playing guitar at that point. So I thought, well, maybe I want to play guitar, and I heard, a couple Beatles songs that kind of piqued my interest. And so I was going through a book and I saw a picture of George Harrison with his cherry SG, It was during the Revolver era. And I just thought, yeah, man, that's what I want. I got to have a guitar just like that. So I ended up with the SG, and it was, life-changing, to say the least. And little did I know, that guitar, one day, would take me here. So, I look back on that now, and, it's a pretty cool journey, There's so many players, some who like different things. That's why you have a Les Paul model, who's a signature model artist, right? Les Paul. But now, as time goes on, you have your Joe Perry Les Paul, or your Billy Gibbons Les Paul, or whoever, because they have features that are important to them. We have our Les Paul standards and traditionals and classics, so they're all Les Pauls, and you look at them on a wall, they're Les Pauls. But you pick them up and you turn knobs and flick switches, now they're all kind of unique, and they serve the purpose that they were intended for. And that again comes from listening to players and trying to get what they're looking for. Gibson USA is always about progress. It's, we have our custom shop and historic division that does, the historic models. With USA, our mission is to kind of, push the boundaries and be forward thinking. And that's a big, big part of what Gibson historically was all about. When the Les Paul came out, in '52, that was a completely new thing. So every year we listen to a lot of dealers and players, and, we get a lot of input, and we start kicking that around. So it may be features like the, the wider neck, was, that kind of came about because a lot of players just wanted more fret space, for vibratoing and bending and things like that. In doing that, we decided, well, if we put a little roll, a gentle roll on the side of the neck, that'll make it a little bit more comfortable and ergonomic. So it all kind of, fell into place because of that input from the players who wanted that feature. The adjustable nut was another feature where, Frank and a few of the guys came up with this adjustable nut for an artist a few years ago, and then kind of refined it, and then brought it to the table this year. The electronics, the past few years we've, been adding to our different capabilities in terms of coil splits, coil taps, phase switches, pure boosts, just a simple little clean preamp, So a lot of cool things that make the guitars more versatile to different players. And when you go into a club and you see people you don't even know playing Gibsons, that's a good feeling. It makes you feel good about what you do. And the people that I work with, you can walk through the plant and they have that same, vibe and passion about the instrument. Collectively, the workers today are a lot more educated. They know more about guitars. Back in the day, a lot of it's romanticized, and they were very good craftsmen back then. But I don't believe it was all that. You had a lot of people doing good work, but they weren't all guitar players, and they didn't really know. They didn't have all this awareness and education that they have now. Now you go through the plant and you'll have, young kids who just started, running up to you, hey, look at this, I saw this magazine, and they're all excited. And they've been studying these guitars ever since they played. So as a whole group, it's a lot more educated, and there's a lot more awareness on what the instrument should be. And that's where the passion is.